This is a very special episode of the Lost in the Dark podcast. It's our first two-parter. This first part you're about to hear was recorded live on 420 from the glass shop that Preston and I work in called Great Lakes Glass Vape in Lansing, Michigan. We recorded it live and Preston was actually on the clock while we were recording it, so you'll hear some things, some weird cuts where customers came in and phone calls were taken and things like that. We were just having fun with it. Then the second part you'll hear was actually recorded the following day with Aaron. We wanted to make sure we got him on the 420 podcast as well. So here is part 1 in 3, 2, 1. Hey, I got an idea. Why don't you look up where 420 came from? Like, why do we do things on this day? I know it has a lot of, like, negative associations that I don't really feel like talking about.
Like a particular evil person's birthday?
And particular horrible events that have happened.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw a thing on Facebook yesterday where it was, like, some band started, like, using it as a reference or something like that, and they kind of, like, just started using it for everything cannabis related, and yeah, it just caught on because they started, like, following around Grateful Dead and stuff like that, and just people started, like, catching on to it or whatever. But let me try to find that, see who it was, and see if you can verify it. What are you looking at?
Just saying a group of people met up outside of a fucking statue.
Yeah, I remember when I was younger hearing, like, that's the time that people, like, got out of school.
Oh, person.
Let me tell you what. Right now, it kind of sucks that we can't just, like, record everybody and put them on here. Like, I don't legitimately think we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But we just had 2 carnies come in here. Those 2 people were carnies.
Yeah, they were carnies.
I literally just heard a man go, "You gotta roll up a foot long. Gotta roll up the foot long. I got the foot long vapors." That was amazing. I want to interview those people. What the fuck is your life like? Ah. Awesome. Sometimes, man. Sometimes. Anyway, back to our research about where 420 came from. That was incredible. Just made my goddamn day. I'm trying to find a post, the post that I found yesterday about it, but it's proving a little bit more difficult than anticipated. I can't find it. This is crazy frustrating. It doesn't make sense. I know I saw it yesterday. Did you find anything about it?
What are we looking up?
Where 420 came from?
It said it's from...
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said that's people... What statue?
1971. Statue of Louis Pasteur.
Why? Seems random.
Five high school students in San Rafael, California, calling themselves the Waldos.
That's it! That was it! That was the thing I was talking about. The band, the Waldos.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was talking about. So they just hung out and they started using it. And then they just kind of, like, followed around the Grateful Dead.
Statue was their meeting place and 420 was their time.
And it was just randomly kind of picked, I think. I don't think... So, yeah. Interesting. The Waldos, in 1971, came up with the 420 thing. And now, it's turned into what it is today. Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's like weed's birthday. I mean, you know, it's not when it was born, but it's when we celebrate it.
Kind of like President's Day. But more important.
Yeah. The hazy history of 420. All right, History Channel, tone it down. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus. Who's calling into the show?
Present Fellowship.
Oh, no, don't pick that.
Great Lakes Glass Vape. How can I help you? Nothing.
You could call in live right now. And no, if this was live, I would do it.
Oh my god. It's a live 420 stream from the head shop. Funny.
Never been done. We are pioneers right now. Find me, here's a challenge for anybody that hears this. Find me another podcast that recorded from inside a head shop on 420. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm kind of saying it doesn't exist. Well, here's something we learned today. In our world, the world of heavy metal, there's a band. Stoners and metalheads are two groups that, like, are intertwined, but not, there's not a lot of referencing in it. Like, there's not, I mean, there's the song Flying High Again by Ozzy and stuff like that, but there's not a lot of metal bands at all that ever talk about marijuana use, at least. Some of them talk about their own personal drug use in some songs and stuff like that, but it's never about weed, Except for one band.
Oh.
Cannabis Corpse.
Well, that's their theme.
That's their theme. They are a marijuana-themed band. Going back to, and I've said this before, apparently what I'm discovering about myself is I really like metal-themed bands. Weed-themed, pirate-themed, Viking-themed. I love all these things. I love them all. I don't know why. I just do. But Cannabis Corpse is great. And what we found out about, like, I'd known about Cannabis Corpse, especially when their one lead singer left and they were doing the benefit show for the guy from, I think, Guar, there was a benefit show for Guar, the guy from Guar that passed away, and Randy Blythe played that show lead singing for Cannabis Corpse. I remember there's a video online and stuff like that, and that's, I mean, I'd heard of them a little bit before then. I think you had shown them to me. Like, hey, there's this band called Cannabis Corpse out there, kind of thing, because we knew Cannibal Corpse. We'd seen Cannibal Corpse by this time. And yeah, like that, but the time with Randy, when Randy was singing with them, was kind of the first time they really came on my radar. And then, I never really, like, got into them or anything, so I don't know a whole lot about them, and so we decided to do a little research today. And found out it's the guitarist from Municipal Waste and his brother. They started it. They did it, and it's had a lot of former members, and there are even a lot of guests appearances, like Randy Blythe and Chris Barnes did a song with them. They also have had touring members, so guys that have just toured with them but never actually recorded and stuff like that. So it really is kind of like a fluctuating, super-esque group, at least, kind of, because it just has a lot of members of a lot of different bands kind of coming in and out. Some of the members of Cannabis Corpse were only in Cannabis Corpse at certain points, and then they went on to do other things. They started there, though. So, pretty interesting. Municipal Waste is sweet. We've seen them. Do you remember the show we saw them at?
No.
Really? It was it was them. I can't remember who opened for them though. Oh, it was really good.
They didn't headline.
It was either no. I can't remember who opened for them, but it was either. It had to have been Hatebreed, because it couldn't have been Devil Driver. Yeah, no, it wasn't Devil Driver. It was Hatebreed, Municipal Waste, Children of Bodom, and Lamb of God at the Fillmore.
Okay.
And that was the tour that Alexi broke his arm again, and he played for us in a sling.
Yeah.
And he still whipped his fucking guitar around his body. And then the next show that he played in Detroit, and then the next day, Children of Bodom had to drop off the rest of the tour. We saw Children of Bodom the last day on that tour because he hurt himself, and then he probably re-injured the injury playing for Detroit. Yeah, and Municipal Waste was played at that show. I remember that because they were wild. They were fun to watch. Oh boy, we got another caller.
Arizona. Great Lakes Glass Vape. How can I help you? No problem. Yep. Bye-bye.
What do you want?
Happy holidays.
Haha, nice.
A nail for an e-nail.
Oh, really? Oh, that's perfect then. And here's a bottom for it. You just take the bottom off that. Make it universal.
Oh, there's one hanging out.
Is there?
Oh, wait.
Does he need an 18?
Yeah, this will fit.
That's it. Yeah, I think that goes right there. He needs an 18?
Pop it out.
Yeah. Okay, then male?
I think the e-nail, the actual fucking cord, is 18 though.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, this is the full thing for this. We definitely have banger e-nails. I guess that would work actually.
It would just barely sit on there. Do we have it?
No, that would work actually. Well, it's that it might be loose, but that is what it's designed for.
Okay. So I'll just set both of these aside and find out which one he has.
Yeah.
Hopefully that actually fits, because the sizes of the fucking e-nails are different too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is that?
What?
Click on that. You're going on a journey with us today, people. We're just floating. And now we've found an article on comicbook.com. It says there's totally an invisible mutant in the Deadpool 2 trailer. What does this mean? An invisible mutant Deadpool 2. Follow down the rabbit hole, please. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Someone has an eagle eye. So there's a shot in the Deadpool 2 trailer where they're on the plane about to jump out. And then there's a shot of Domino and who they believe to be Zeitgeist. And in between them there's an empty seat. But here's the thing about that empty seat. There's a harness that appears like, it looks like somebody should be strapped in there. You know? Like the arms are out and everything. But that isn't, you know, they're like, that's not enough to support the theory. Then you scroll down and check out the shot of them all jumping out. There's an empty harness diving. Yeah. So there's just an edited out or invisible mutant there or something. Who else is in that fucking shot? See, this is what I'm telling you. These fucking Marvel people are so goddamn clever with these trailers. Like, they'll give you a great trailer, but it's edited or it's different than what it'll be in the movie. Like, it'll still, these scenes still can surprise you. It's genius.
What the hell happened to my water?
It's right there. It's for sale.
20% off. Are we doing 25% off the bangers or just 20?
25.
What about that titanium nail?
25. Because I'm not even sure if that was the right price.
30? 30's right. We have one over there for 30.
Okay, good.
Is this Amazon? Does this thing still work?
I don't know, honestly. It's been a long time since I've tried it.
Just pass me one of those fucking things. I'll just turn the volume off and put on like Grandma's Boy or something.
Is it on the HDMI? Yeah. So it should be.
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Other side. Oh!
Oh shit.
We got a heartbeat. See, yeah, we could log into Netflix.
Well, Amazon too, right?
Maybe. But I don't know.
There's Amazon Photos.
Yeah, I know. Okay, no, I know you can log in, but I don't know what we'll be able to actually see.
Even if I sign into my account?
Then that would work, yeah. Oh, happy 420 from Jane Silent Bob. They're at an airport.
Throw on Harry and the Hendersons. Sasquatch. Moves on with the family.
They got Grandma's Boy on here. Or Happy Gilmore or Super Troopers or something. Friday.
Right.
Or, what's that one? Half Baked. Half Baked is on here, I'm pretty sure.
Definitely not at the top of the list, that's for sure.
What did you search?
Just comedies.
Oh.
Sharknado. 5.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. No, Sharknado. 5.
Pretty Little Toaster. Have you ever seen that? David Brent, Life on the Road?
No.
It's kind of funny. Do you know what David Brent is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that his character from The Office?
The Office, yes.
His Michael Scott.
Yeah. So he's out being him, doing stupid shit.
God, I wish Steve Carell would do that.
I know. I went through every kind of...
I mean, you know, it's hard to say anything that isn't positive about The Office. It is one of my top 3 all-time favorite, definitely shows.
Yeah.
If I were to make a top 10 list of all my favorite things ever even produced, it would be on there too. Like, it's incredible. But I do feel a little bit cheated that we never got to see Michael's wedding.
Oh, yeah.
At least his wedding. I'm okay with not seeing him and Holly's life together and their kids and all that stuff. I would have liked a snapshot of the kids, especially when Pam made the mention in the final episode of how many he bought a second phone just because he had so many pictures.
Yeah.
Like, I would have liked to have seen one of those pictures, for Christ's sake. But to not even show the wedding, like, you know, you feel... I was a little let down by that. But it's the kind of thing that you're only let down by if you've seen every episode 8,000 times.
Right.
Just felt a little let down by that. I really wanted... I would have liked to have seen that. That's why they should come back and just do a little bit. Give me a little bit more Michael. Let me know Dwight and Angela and Shroot Farms is okay.
Right.
And Moe's. And let me know that... Let me get it confirmed that Toby is the Scranton Strangler. I just want to see Michael's reaction to that. Like that on the news. I know it! How amazing would that be? And then just show Michael in a fake mustache and beard in the courtroom, like in the back corner, just like laughing or something. Oh my God. That would be awesome. Wait, what? No way. One of my friends, I didn't even know his wife was pregnant. But one of my friends had a baby today.
They have?
Today's her birthday.
Nice. Oh my God. You know what she's fucking getting for her birthday? 20 years from now?
Oh. Scorpions announce U.S. shows with Queensryche.
Haven't seen them. So.
Yeah, not coming to Michigan. Only like 5 shows.
Bastards.
Here we go. Chuck Schumer announces plans to federally decriminalize marijuana. Senator Chuck Schumer. Chuck, not Check. The hell? Oh, wow. The Democratic senator for New York made his intentions known in an interview with Vice News on April 19th. So this is breaking news from yesterday, and I'm getting this from hightimes.com. He is a Senate Majority Leader, and he now officially supports legalization that would decriminalize cannabis at a federal level. Ultimately, it's the right thing to do. Freedom if smoking marijuana doesn't hurt anybody else. Why shouldn't we allow people to do it and not make it criminal, he said.
Right.
Oh, finally saying words that people have been saying for thousands of years.
People have been saying for thousands of years.
Oh, what's this? Bruce Dickinson documentary?
Really? Oh, shit.
A documentary telling the story of a 1994 concert given by Iron Maiden singer Bruce Dickinson. While the Bosnian War was raging in, I cannot pronounce that, Sarajevo, Sarajevo, The documentary is called Scream for Me, Sarajevo. Scream for me, Sarajevo!
Yeah, I can see that.
Dude, when he goes, Scream for me, Detroit! Oh, God, it's so good. Itself was under siege. So apparently Iron Maiden, or I don't know if he was playing with, 1994, I don't think he was with Iron Maiden in 94. So it might have just been him. Yeah, comprising music from the film, which spans Bruce Dickinson's solo career. But I want to know about the movie. The film and album are now available at pre-order from ScreamForMeSarajevo.com. Featuring footage from the historic gig, the film also meets those that made it to the show and made the show happen. Wow, this could be interesting. This is all from blabbermouth.net. Anybody wants to look it up. Title of the article is Bruce Dickinson documentary Scream for Me Sarajevo, to be released on DVD, Blu-ray, CD, and LP in June. Wow, that was a mouthful. Yeah. That was a hell of a fucking title to a article. It's like that joke on The Office. Local business. What did he do? I don't remember. Local business apologizes and reminds everyone of how business should be done. Headline. What'd you land on here?
Gorillas in the wilderness or something like that.
Oh my god. Just gonna watch some animal stuff? Oh no. Deforesting? Animals in cages? You want to know something interesting I kind of learned about recently? Is this fucking shit called genetic memory. You know what this is?
Does that have to do with you not being what your parents are?
Kind of the opposite. Like, they think it might be, like, where phobias and stuff stem from. Like, if you're, like one thing they can prove, for example, is if your great-great-great-grandfather was in a famine, you're more likely to be obese.
Huh.
So, like, a lot of people think maybe, like, if someone along the way in your family, before you were ever born, got bit by a spider and terrified of spiders or snakes or, you know, anything, that could be where people's current phobias stem from.
In fucking, Zeitgeist 3, they talk about epigenetics.
Okay.
How, like, someone, alright, that might be waiting there, and it might never happen to you, but something could trigger that.
Yeah.
That would make that happen.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Same with diseases and shit like that.
Yep, that was part of it.
Yeah.
An experiment they did in a lab was they would have a rat in a cage and they would, like, release, like, a lemon citrus odor, and then they would shock the floor a little bit.
Oh, yeah, and then they would, in the future, they were afraid.
That rat's children that weren't even conceived yet.
Yeah.
Were afraid of the lemon smell.
Yeah. Trippy. It's like they're trying to figure out inherent traits.
Yes.
Like if you take a bunch of ducklings and you take a piece of fucking wood and you paint it so that if it goes one way it looks like a fucking another goose. If you move it the other way it looks like a fucking hawk. And then run that overhead over top of the fucking little baby birds, and if it looked like a hawk they would all hide. And when they would run the same exact thing over them the other way, they would, that when it looked like a duck, they would like sit up. Yeah. So they're just born with knowledge that hawks are bad.
They're at least born with knowledge that shape in the sky is to be avoided.
Right.
Wow. I mean, in that, you know, think about humans. Every child that's born is afraid of the dark and monsters. Well, where could that come from? Well, there was a point in time in this earth where we didn't have electricity, and when the lights went out, things would come out of the dark, like bears and tigers and lions and cougars and fucking mountain lions, you know, panthers, any large man-eating animal. Every culture has had to deal with it. No matter where you are on the planet, before there was electricity. So when the lights went out, the monsters literally came out.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, bears are fucking monsters. Like, God. Like, it kind of fucks me up knowing what I know now about them and just how dangerous animals in the wild are in general. Like, knowing what I know now, it is really interesting to me that when I was younger and in Boy Scouts, they just fucking let us roam. You know what I mean? Like, we were just out there doing whatever. And at any moment, something could have came up. You never thought about it. It's weird. Fucking bears, though, man. They're intense.
Scary. I once seen a photo of a dude that had his leg basically eaten off by a bear.
Oh, my God.
It's like halfway through the fucking, through like the shin bone.
Oh,
it was
God.
just like, there was no flesh or meat on the leg about halfway down the shin, and he didn't have an ankle, so like the bottom of the fucking, that bone was snapped.
Just out?
Yeah, out. Just a bunch of bone exposed.
Jesus Christ. Whoa. Man. Well, there's that one thing where, they believe some of the first people to... What was it called when Russia and Alaska were connected by an ice bridge?
Oh, the Adirondack Trail.
Oh, okay, the Adirondack Trail. They believe... Really? Damn it. I was just going to roll with that. I was going to say the Adirondacks aren't up there, you dick. God damn it. I can't remember the name of it, but that thing, the ice bridge, that linked to those 2 points at one point when people, that's, when a lot of people, they believe a lot of people migrated to North America from that part of the world. Get this. They found out that on the Canada side of that ice bridge, basically, if you're a fucking person migrating, you get to the end of the ice bridge, you're almost to the other side.
Yeah.
And you gotta fight a final boss to get there, basically. Yeah. They found... God damn it, I wish I could remember the whole story, but they found something like remains or something like that of a gigantic bear that they think just lived there and waited for people to cross. It figured out that people were crossing there, and animals too, probably.
Yeah.
And it waited for shit to cross and eat. And I'm talking, they showed... There's a picture somewhere of... I don't know if they found this bear frozen and they had it stuffed. I don't know. But maybe it's just a model, or a to scale model or whatever. But, okay, so you know how a bear's legs are short. In the image, it's standing on its hind legs, and there's a fully grown man standing next to it. The man comes up to its waist.
Wow. What? Jesus.
And then the rest of its body is above the man's head.
Oh my God.
Like, we're talking, like, damn near on its hind legs, like a 15-foot fucking bear. A literal giant a 15-foot animal that can travel at speeds of around 30 miles an hour, that has 5 steak knives attached to each of its hands, and a mouthful of razor-sharp teeth that all it wants to do is eat you. You gotta get past that to get into Canada.
Yep. They didn't have guns. They had fucking spears.
Spears and bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Can you imagine that? Half your clan's dead from starvation in the winter, and you're just trying to make it to a new fucking land, and you're like exhausted. You've been traveling for months now, and you get to that thing. Oh my God, dude. Can't even, like, fathom that shit. That's a real monster. Like, real life. That's real life. That's not made up. That's a real life monster. That just ate people. God, that's insane.
Terrifying.
Absolutely. It's fucking... Yeah. Genetic memory, though, I find it interesting. I also find it interesting that they have recently linked preferences to genetics. So, like, when you look at examples of twins that were separated at birth, and then they find each other years later, having lived in completely different countries, some of them speaking different languages even, but they have, like, the same job. They live in a very similar style house. They wear the same kind of clothes. Their wives look kind of similar and do the same thing or whatever. That's just an extreme example, but it's led some people down this path to looking into what effect genetics have on our preferences of things like that. You know, these guys listen to the same kind of music and stuff like that. So, to me, and I said this before, to me, that just means there's a heavy metal gene. That means that we are genetically somehow predispositioned to like heavy metal music.
Yeah, but no, our grandparents, heavy metal didn't exist when our grandparents were.
Maybe it's not specifically heavy metal, but maybe it is something about the extremeness of the music. And maybe it didn't have to be our grandparents. Maybe our great-great-great-great-great-grandfather was into fucking Bach.
Yeah.
You know? Who knows? Like, could be anything like that. We are drawn to the extreme, though, at least in that category, for some reason. Or, yeah, maybe there's Vikings somewhere in our ancestry. Who knows? I don't know. We should probably come up with what we're going to cook.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what we're doing. The ribeyes?
I mean, hot dogs and brats, but there's no barbecue involved in that.
Oh, ribs would be a bit much. You know what I mean? A rack of ribs at work.
Be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you
kind of difficult to do, though. We need a lot of ingredients, and it's more expensive.
You have to buy one of those Jack Daniels ones that's already covered in fucking sauce and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if it's already set up in the bag, you just throw it on there and let it go. Obviously not doing a brisket.
I don't think we got 12 hours. That was like, you said it like that was like on your mind for, obviously we're not doing a brisket. Like you were thinking about it and then you had to say out loud to yourself, obviously we can't. That's funny.
That dude's digging through shit.
What would it take? What other evidence would have to be in the area for you to pick up a piece of shit thinking it might be Dogman shit to get tested?
Oh my god. I don't know. Right.
Like, what would it take to get me to pick up a piece of shit, put it in a bag, and send it to somebody? I'd have to find, like, intense tracks.
Right.
Like, you'd have to find tracks and claw marks big enough that don't match a bear.
Right.
To get me.
Because imagine how big that shit would be, too.
Yeah.
In a freezer bag.
We did 1 gallon Ziploc for this one, guys.
Shovel.
Oh my god, yes. Oh yeah. You know Preston and I had fun on that one yesterday. We covered all the topics from genetic memory to Dogman shit. So, I mean, hey, it's the 420 special podcast. You know Dogman had to make an appearance. And I also just wanted to say, for the record, these little interludes I'm doing, just for posterity, are also still being recorded live at Great Lakes Glass and Vape, the glass shop Preston and I work at in Lansing, Michigan. So this next part, this is the final part. This is with me and Aaron. We recorded this on 421, and we get into some interesting topics, including the Bog Wraith show that was just played here last Wednesday on 4/18/2018. So, hope you enjoy this next part. This is the last time you'll hear from me. I hope you enjoy. Here comes part 2 in 3, 2, 1. So you're telling me there's a fucking TED Talk with the guy from Guar?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fucking insane. How have I not even heard of this?
It's pretty cool. Like, yeah, it's pretty much because they're kind of just talking about, like, you know, why that band was so significant to the area. and like how there wasn't really a whole lot of, you know, music kind of like that, and they're kind of their own, and you know.
So Guar's from Richmond?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of good shit that comes out of there. And we're about to hear a whole lot more of it on the Burn the Priest album, because a lot of the bands they're covering, at least a handful of them, were local Richmond bands. So that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you and see, because it's like I was kind of laughing at first when I found it. I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, this shouldn't be a thing, but it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Like, I mean, I knew they've been around. I mean, they have like probably like, I don't know, 10 or 15 albums at least at this point. They got a lot of stuff.
They have a lot of albums. They have videos. I think they even made like a movie, like sort of.
Yeah.
It's awesome. No, Guar's is shit. They're one of the must-sees live.
Because I'm not like the biggest fan of them musically, but their live shows.
They do have a couple songs that I love, but like Fucking an Animal. But they're live. They're all about live. That's what they are. They're the stage show, and it's so worth it. I haven't seen it. I've never seen them live. They're like one of the ones I've never seen, but Preston has, and I've seen enough videos, and my uncle is really into them, so I know that they're ones I have to see before. It sucks that I missed them without Odorous, but Preston got to see him with Odorous, so that's cool. He went to Sounds of the Underground back in the day.
Oh, man.
And Guar was a big one there.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Here's something else, too, that was, I think, announced like yesterday. We've been sitting here saying, oh, Michigan Metal Fest is the only fucking metal show you can go to, like metal festival show you can go to in Michigan this year. I had forgotten about Summer Slaughter. Is that touring, or is that just Michigan?
Yeah, that's a full summer.
That's a tour?
Thing. Yeah.
Okay. So we don't even know if it's coming to Michigan yet, because they announced the first 3 acts yesterday.
Yeah.
Who were they? Do you remember?
I know it was Between the Buried and Me.
Yep.
And I want to say After the Burial.
Yep, I think that's right.
Because I was listening to that podcast with him.
Who?
I was the guy from Sumerian.
On what podcast?
It was the Josta podcast.
Oh, okay.
It was one of the more recent ones. It's actually really good. They kind of went in depth with like, you know, how that whole label kind of, you know, was created and stuff. But like, yeah, I actually thought that it was an older episode because they had which led me to like backtracking and looking at different lineups from the past or whatever, because I thought that, you know, they had been on there before but just not headlining.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that
it's Between the Buried and Me, Born of Osiris, and Veil of Maya.
Yeah, that's right.
Are the first 3 bands announced. Does it usually? It usually comes to Michigan.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think it's
And last year
pretty sure it was at Pontiac. It was somewhere in Pontiac.
Really?
Yeah.
Isn't that when Dahlia did their anniversary thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was last year.
That's cool.
Yeah, I missed it. Metal Fest fell the day before, or the day after, and I don't know, it just didn't end up working out.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
it's kind of bummed.
Metal Fest was pretty awesome, though.
Yeah, I made up for it.
So that'll be at the very least one to watch out for.
Yeah.
See who else coming on that and where it's coming and all that stuff. But mainly, we got to talk about fucking Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
The Bog Wraith show at Max Bar in Lansing on Wednesday. What was it? 4/18. Real quick, so you guys went on first at like 6:30. Then Fox Follow, band from Kalamazoo, went on. Then, what's the Y one? Yashira. They went on. And then Great American Ghost. And then Fit for an Autopsy.
Yeah.
Damn, that's a lot of bands. I didn't really realize that till right now. That was a stacked night.
Yeah, it was like 5.
Yeah. Holy cow.
Usually, I don't know, I think that's a fair amount.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Anything like under that is a little less, and anything like just if there were like 6, then I feel like it would have gone on for a little, you know.
Yeah.
Would have been a longer night, but I think 5 is a good middle ground, I guess.
So I'll say a few things from my perspective first, and then I'll ask you some questions. So, like, when I got there, before you guys went on, there was a moment where, like, we were kind of all standing over by the table, your guys' merch table, and everybody was kind of like off setting up or something like that, and Julian was just kind of sitting there, and I was standing next to him, and we were talking about, I think I was asking him, like, you know, how well do you know these other bands' music? Like, which ones do you really like and stuff like that? And there was this big guy that had walked in and sat at the bar, like, real near us, and he was kind of, like, facing, you know, not the bar, but towards the door or whatever. And I could tell he was listening to our conversation. He kind of, like, he said something. He said, oh, yeah. We were talking about Fit for an Autopsy. And I had said something like, they're really good. And he goes, oh, so they're really good too? I was like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, I came here for you guys, and he motioned towards Julian and the Bog Wraith table. I was like, damn, and I could tell Julian didn't know him. I was like, damn, there's just a random guy that just came here tonight for Bog Wraith. That's fucking sick. So that's kind of like where it kind of started. And then once you guys had actually gone on, first of all, ages ago, when I very first started going to Max, oh my God, I don't even know how many years ago, like 2005-ish, the sound system was awful. Like, next level awful. Like, when a heavy metal band was playing, it was just noise. There was nothing else going on. So I kind of stopped going to shows there for a really, really long time until one of your former bands, I don't think Medica ever played there. Or if they did, I'm not sure if I ever... No, they did, but it was mostly Magnolia, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think we might have played, probably one or two, at least, in that time. We played more of the Loft than... Oh, yeah. And, I don't know, at the time, I think the Loft was better, but...
Yeah, at the time. Yeah. I agree. But those shows with Magnolia, even though they were a little while ago, I noticed that the sound had gotten better since the last time I was there. I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah. So I was happy about that. And it was the same. It was the same on Wednesday. It sounded really good and clear. So the sound was all good. Nothing was cutting out. Nothing seemed off, except for the fact that they didn't fucking turn the lights on until you guys were like 2 or 3 songs in. Like, they just had those like dim red stage lights. And I mean, you know, in the bar, the rest of the bar was lit, so we could all see you. That wasn't an issue, but you know, I was trying to film stuff. I couldn't see shit on the camera until they turned on the rest of the stage lights. I thought that was funny. But then, like, towards like the last few songs of your set, they started giving you a fucking strobe lights that like lined up perfectly with your music, and it ended up looking amazing. Yeah, man. So that, I mean, it almost kind of worked to like build, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I've definitely been to enough fucking local shows to know, like, it's not even local shows, like normal show, like big shows too, like really big stuff. It's unusual, extremely unusual for anybody to really start moshing during the very, very first band playing, even at a fucking Mayhem festival. Mm-hmm. It's just, you know, it's unheard of, basically. Yeah. Now, I've seen, I think you did it once while you were in Medica. Actually, I think I did see something like that happen once while you were in Medica, but while that didn't happen on Wednesday, I did see something that you almost never see specifically at a local show, and that's especially for the first couple bands, there seems to be like a 20 to 30 foot bubble that people aren't willing to get closer than that to the stage. Yeah. They're not willing to do it. Mm-hmm. This time there was a bubble in the beginning. It started at around like 10 feet maybe, though. It wasn't that far. And then as you guys played, and then once they turned the fucking lights, by the end of the show, there were people right there. They were within arm's length of the stage. So like, as you guys were playing, people like got closer, got more into it. You could see, you know what I mean? Like, people had never heard of you at the beginning of the set. By the end of the set, they were liking it a lot. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that was awesome. That's probably one of the weirdest things. And like, it happens at every show. Like, every show. You know, I pretty much kind of like went into it expecting that, because I mean, I kind of feel the same way. Like, why would you go like balls out for the first band? Right. Cause you know, but like, yeah, it's weird. Like, I've seen that happen. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. And like, I don't know. I just think that it's more just like, you know, and plus like when we started, there wasn't really a whole lot of people there. No. There was like And more got there as you were playing too.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's strange how that happens. It's weird to watch
every time.
Yeah.
Every show you ever go to, if you get there during the very first song of the very first band, everybody's just kind of standing around awkwardly. Now, and that's the thing though, is it's kind of funny because I feel like metalheads go to metal shows to like headbang and be themselves where they can't be anywhere else and not be judged. So that's what I do. Like for you guys, I was fucking headbanging and I was fine with it. Like I didn't give a shit. And I don't think anybody else did either. It was good. So, you know, there is still that, but it is weird that nobody else, you know, it's funny to me, but that was awesome. So you guys played, I think you guys played phenomenally. It was the first time I'd seen live anybody had seen live probably, a handful of the songs off of Omen. And I thought those songs translated live. I mean, they translated live way better than I was expecting. Like, I mean, I'd heard the album a bunch of times by now. I feel live, I was feeling like I was hearing some of those songs for the first time again because it sounded way more intense and stuff like that. Like, I liked it live a lot. It really brought, I don't know, some of those songs were really like adrenaline rushy. You know what I mean? Like, it felt like, not to say that your old set, like the songs you played on the old sets weren't intense, but this time it felt like those, like the set got an adrenaline shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of felt like, because we kind of added in a solid mix of everything that we had. I kind of at the last minute, we decided to add in Visceral, which is the first song.
Yeah.
That day, we were like, all right, well, let's start with that instead. And I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Like, we've done it before, so yeah, we started with that one, and then so we played 2 from the first, and then Call was the only one that we played from Meyer, but that's kind of a staple at this point. Like this, you know, we usually play that one, and that, I think, because that was like the middle of the set, and I think that's kind of where it started to, you know. So yeah, I agree. Like it's, it has a lot of like peaks and, you know, like movements and stuff, and you can really, like, it comes across a lot more live than it does, you know?
Yeah.
And also, because we, you know, we're still a newer band, and people are, you know, not quite as familiar with it, you know, the newer stuff yet, because I think it's only been out for, I don't know, less than a month, maybe.
Just under.
Yeah. So, like, you know, there's that, and, like, you know, that kind of comes with the whole, like, you know, not a whole lot of interaction.
Yeah.
The first bit, because, you know, it's all kind of fresh and stuff, but, I mean, I don't know. It was cool. Like, there's a lot more, like, people there than at that time than I, you know, thought there was going to be, so.
You played to more people than you were expecting to?
Yeah.
How, and so, yeah, how did it feel for you on stage? Like, how did it feel playing those new songs? Do you feel like you guys, you know, was it too new? Was it like a little crazy, or did you feel like it was a little bit tighter than you expected, or?
I mean, because we ran through it a couple of times, throughout the week, and I've been practicing it for a few weeks prior. Yeah. Just because, you know, once we decided on what the set was going to be, then I just kind of started practicing that a couple of times a day when I could, and so I was pretty familiar with it. But, you know, I mean, like, you know, there's things that, like, little transitions and stuff that, you know, are always kind of difficult, and
absolutely,
like, you know, little things throughout the song that take some time to get into, as far as like when you're playing it live and stuff. But you know, we got through it, and we played it all. And I feel like, you know, I you know, every set's not going to be perfect, and you got to just kind of.
Well, here's the thing though, is that's something too because after the show was over, I went up and I was talking to Julian again for a second, and I was saying, you know, great fucking show, man, and stuff. And his first reaction was, yeah, you know, there's a couple things we should be a little bit tighter on. And I was like, yeah, but you know what? It felt raw. Like, it felt genuine. It felt like you were just ripping the lid off of something and letting something out a little bit. And it was kind of like the first time. So I feel like, yeah, maybe, you know, to you guys, especially the people that wrote the songs and want to get everything perfect. Yeah, I get on your end how you want to make it tighter, and that will make it sound better in the long run. But for this first show, for some of these songs, I think the rawness added an intensity. I don't know, really brought something live with it. Like, despite that, it still, I think, was absolutely fantastic. I said that to him too. I was like, yeah, but it felt more raw, man. Like, it was really good. It had that going for it.
It definitely, kind of solidified things for me a little bit, because they were like, I was honestly, it was more like the midpoint in the set. Like, once we got to, because we played Omen fourth, I think, third or fourth,
something like that. Yeah.
And it's the first time we're playing it like live in front of people and stuff. So you're trying to like, you know, get it as close as you know, you can and stuff.
I get
like,
that.
you know,
I get it from, yeah, I know what you're saying from your perspective.
So,
absolutely.
Yeah. But I mean, as far as like how I felt about it and stuff, like I always try to, you know, look at I mean, I tend to say to myself, like, it's just like practice.
Right.
When we start doing shows, and I think that kind of like, you know, gets me in the like the right mindset, because like if you think about what you're not doing too much, and like if you think about the little slip ups and things, like it just ruins the whole set and stuff. So but yeah, I felt pretty solid about how I sounded, at least. And that's all I can be.
Yeah, I think everybody sounded good.
Yeah, it was cool. My only sorry.
No, go ahead. You're only what?
My only thing was that, because my dad came and took some video and some pictures and stuff, and like, so I had a chance to like watch it back and everything. And yeah, it's funny you mentioned the lighting, because that was my one of my few critiques of it. Was like, man, they're so like stingy with the lighting and everything. And, like they're like set like segments that are like super short bursts of strobe lights, and that's it. But like, those are the coolest shots, and I wish we would have had more of that, because like when those parts hit on the songs that they were in, like, I'm
proud of the video I got on Instagram.
yeah, I was watching those too.
Check out Lost in the Dark Instagram for a great video of that. I'm proud of that one.
Almost
for sure.
Wish you would have got more video too.
I was trying. I was trying, but where I was, it was a hard angle too. I couldn't see you at all, because nobody can really move around on that stage, and Mike was right in between you and me. Can I ask what's going on with your lead singer and like touring with another band? Just because I didn't hear about that until I was there.
Yeah.
Okay, so I figured it was cool.
Yeah, dude, sweet. So, and I'm not even really sure how this came about. I think he was just friends with, or no. Well, I could be wrong about this, but way back when we played with, when it was Magnolia and, Betray the Prophet, I'm pretty sure it was their headlining show. There's a band called Perihelion.
Okay.
Perihelion. I don't know how to pronounce it, and I think, they met everybody through that show and stuff. And so Alex he's a pretty sociable dude. Mm-hmm. So he started talking to everybody, and, kind of kept in touch with them and stuff. And so they started this project called Wormhole.
Okay. Which
is like I think it's like a slam death metal project. Okay. And I think this might be their first tour. I'm not sure. Because I think they're just like an internet project. Okay. But they have a full album out. It's really sick. It's really heavy. And, I think they just messaged him and were like, hey, we're doing this tour over in Europe for a month. And
it's like, in Europe?
Yeah.
Okay. And they messaged your lead singer. Yeah. Alex.
Yeah. Okay. And they were asking him if he was interested in doing vocals for the band, or for, like filling in for, on this tour and stuff. And, so he pulled it together, and so, yeah. So
he's going with him on tour. Yeah. This Wormhole band. Yeah. And they have an album out, and they're touring Europe. Yeah. Do you know where in Europe?
All over the place.
Really? Yeah. Wow. So do they not have a permanent vocal? Like, is there a bunch of different vocalists on the album? Or?
I don't think so. Let me double check. I think maybe one of their guitar players might have done vocals on it.
And they just want a vocalist for the tour? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, that was, he was kind of telling us about it. It was like, dude.
That's fucking insane.
Like, go for it, man. Yeah. Like, if you can swing it, do it, definitely, because that's awesome. Like, that doesn't happen
No,
ever.
No, that
So-
could be, hopefully not, but it could be a once in a lifetime. So absolutely. Tell him to take a fucking box of Bog Wraith shirts and stack of Omen CDs.
He took a bunch of stickers and stuff and was like, I gotta just spread these everywhere I go.
Honestly,
Honestly,
if I were him, I would fucking burn like 1,000 copies of Omen and just hand them out for free. All over the place.
Yeah.
Fucking stickers in every bathroom that you go to of every venue.
Focals.
All of it. Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so it was. Let me see here before I start talking about this. So, but yeah, he left. Let's see, yesterday, so the 20th.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's already gone.
Yeah.
So the tour's happening now.
Yeah. I think
Holy
it
shit.
starts in. Let me fact check real quick before I start talking about stuff that.
No, you're fine.
And I just want to have like the tour in front of me so I can see it. All right, so basically,
Holy shit.
yeah.
That's a huge tour.
Yeah.
Are they headlining?
No. So it's because all right. So after kind of looking it up or whatever, so that band, Volvodanya, the singer from that band does a whole ton of stuff, and I think that he did vocals on the Wormhole album.
Oh.
So that's kind of why they
Holy shit.
decided. Yeah.
Wow. Let me see this really quick. Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
fine.
gonna see it.
So from April 27th to May 26th, they have a show damn near every single day. It's like a month straight. And they're going to... No. Okay. They're going to... God, Barcelos in Portugal for SW Air Open Air. Not even sure what that is. And they're going... Where else are they going here? France, Spain, London, Birmingham, Berlin, so Germany, Denmark, Hungary, UK, Belgium. Isn't that bad? The Netherlands, oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, dude.
Czech Republic, that'd be scary. Hungary, Slovakia, Austria, Jesus, Switzerland.
So literally just about everywhere.
Yeah. Yes. Literally just about everywhere. That's absolutely incredible. Hey, fucking fantastic. Check out Wormhole, people.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so
So yeah.
that's awesome. So he'll be back in May.
Mm-hmm.
Just in time to get practicing for Metal Fest.
Yeah, dude. So
Wow, that's awesome.
yeah, I was really excited for him.
Yeah. I'm a little bummed that means there won't be any Bog Wraith shows for the next month, but
Yeah.
because that show was so good.
Yeah, we I think we're gonna take the time and kind of polish up
Fine tune,
musically
do
and-
exactly what
yeah.
we were just talking about. What you want to do, make it how you want to sound.
Yeah.
You've done the good raw performance. Now let's tighten it up.
Mhm.
I get that.
Yeah.
And then come back with a vengeance. I get that. That's awesome. Something else about that show too. Just go to local shows, people. Like, you guys played, and then the night kept getting awesome. You know what I mean?
It was one of those rare things.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool because, like, I remember, I'm not talking about anyone, like, any band specifically or any, like, time, but, like, sometimes, there's, like, a, band or two that, like, doesn't necessarily, like, fit with everything else.
Oh,
and,
yeah,
like, those,
yeah.
You get those,
In
like,
the lineup?
yeah,
Sure.
it was kind of like oddball bands, but,
Yeah.
like, this is one of those occasions where, like, that wasn't the case, and, like, there was just enough variety in everything to keep it, interesting throughout the night.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, it just kept going.
It really did, man.
It was fun.
Great American Ghost really killed it. Like, live, I haven't sat down and listened to the album yet, but live, they are phenomenal. Like,
Yeah.
they have so much energy. They're so into it. And let me tell you something. Like, I was going fucking, because I believe that however much energy the band is putting into it, the crowd should at least give that back. And that's what I was fucking doing. So I was kind of going apeshit.
Yeah.
And it is so, and then they played, and then the singer was fucking sitting there at the merch table, and then you two spoke for a second, but then after you two spoke, he was like, "Hey man, I saw you out there." He noticed me going apeshit. Like, when every time you're in a crowd, you want to be going extra apeshit just in the off chance that the singer or somebody guitarist will notice that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he did point it out and fucking, oh, that made me feel like $1 million, man. Like, they're fantastic. But what your interaction with him was, I was standing behind you and like, I almost got a little verklempt. What was that like?
Tell us
how that went down.
That was just cool. Like, and I didn't, so like I went up and kind of like introduced myself or whatever, and like not really thinking that, you know, cause like when you're, I mean, when there's a bunch of other bands and stuff that are playing, like, you don't really think necessarily, like, I mean, you hope that, you know, everybody's kind of like watching and stuff and like paying attention, but if it's, you know,
these guys are on tour, they're playing a bunch of different bars, you know, every other night.
Yeah. So I said, you know, something like, oh, I played in, you know, like the first band that started or whatever, and he was like, yeah, I know. Which kind of like caught me off guard a little bit. I was like, oh, all right, well, now I feel kind of dumb for saying that, but I was like, no, that's, you know, he's like, yeah, he's like, you guys killed it, and, you know, said a bunch of other stuff, and we talked for a little bit, and
yeah, but he said some specific things about your drumming.
Yeah, he mentioned that he was watching the footwork, like the double bass stuff that I was doing, and, you know, so yeah, that was kind of a cool.
He was like
a sweet moment.
He said you were like unique and really good. He really liked it. Like, I was standing right behind you, just like, man, I wish I had this on camera. This is so cool.
It was like, it always catches me off guard too.
I bet.
It's like, you know, I don't know. That was cool. Like, they're awesome.
Yeah.
I was so glad that we had the chance to play that show, because that was, you know, that was a fun night.
Fuck yeah, it was. It was great. That was a great experience. Check out Great American Ghost.
Yes.
They're from Boston. They have a song called Ann Arbor for all of our Michigan people. I don't think it has anything to do with the city, but it's called that. But no, they're fantastic. They're good guys too.
Check out Hatred Stems from the Seed as their newest album.
Yep.
I've been doing like nonstop.
You've been listening to it?
Oh, dude.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I picked up that one and Yashiro's too.
Okay.
I haven't really had a chance to listen to it because I've been too hung up on on the other one so far. But yeah, awesome. I had to.
Yeah, no, after you grabbed it and after he said that thing to me, I bought a copy. I was like, son of a bitch, man. Like, $10 for an album? Fuck yeah. And especially when I'm handing the money to the lead singer of the band, like, that's exactly how you want to be buying albums.
Yeah.
So
I try to when I go to shows and stuff. Like, I'll, you know, either if I don't have it or, like, you know, if I'm trying to, like, get the newest one, or just, I mean, this was one of those occasions where, you know, you hear it, you know, live or whatever, and then you're like, oh, well, I, you know, kind of want to hear more of this and stuff, so you know.
And it translates well?
Yeah.
Good. I'm excited to listen to that then. I just got a whole pile of fucking Amon Amarth, Arch Enemy CDs and a couple other things, so I've been going through those. But I'm definitely going to get into that soon. Yeah. That was a great fucking show.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to the next one. Well, we got I got 2 in May. I got Parkway Drive coming up and Goat Whore back at Max. After this show, I am beyond excited for that show. Yeah, my God. $15 Max Bar, May something or other. Check it out if you're in Lansing or Michigan. Goat Whore. Let me tell you something about Goat Whore. Even if you, I think they got some good albums, but even if you don't like them on the album, they are so much better live than on the album. They're unbelievable live. So definitely go check them out. First time I saw them was at the Majestic opening for Cannibal Corpse at that Metal Blade 25th anniversary tour back, I think in like 07 or 6, 7, 8, somewhere in there. But yeah, man. So those are the next 2 coming up.
Yeah. May 22nd.
May 22nd.
It's with,
Recorruptor.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Recorruptor, Throne, who are insane.
Hell yeah.
We played a show with them, and I think I don't remember what it was. I want to say it was Recorruptor's CD release show. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, they're like they reminded me of like early Flesh God.
Okay.
Like Our Penance
Holy
style.
Shit. Hell yeah.
And then Exploding Zombies, who we played with before. I think they might have headlined the show that we played with them. And then, yeah, Recorruptor, who were awesome.
They're great.
So, but yeah, dude, I've seen Gohor at Max. I've seen him at like festivals and stuff. I've seen him at the Loft a couple different times. Like they're awesome live.
I honestly don't. I think the last that show at the Majestic might be the only time I've seen him. So
Yeah.
This will be even better, because part of the thing that was so awesome about that show was how small the Majestic was and how interactive they were with the crowd and with how much smaller the Max is. It's just going to be great. I'm really looking forward to that show. So
yeah, dude, they last time they're one of those bands that are better in a smaller setting.
Oh yeah.
Than on the bigger stages and stuff. Mostly because it's just like they just have a really raw sound about them.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely, fuck yeah.
One of the only bands that I've ever seen, like, they have these gigantic, well, when I saw them, they had these two, I don't know, like 412s, like these Randall amps that were like, it was like a stack of them.
Wow.
So it was like the one that was like stacked, and they had one on the other side, and then they had a bass cab that was like the same way, and just a double bass for the drum set up. It's just like so sick looking.
Fuck yeah.
It's just loud. Like they're
They're going to tear the roof off that place. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. All right, man. Well, let's probably wrap this up. Make it a good, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got 30-something minutes long, and we got to be somewhere. So we're going to see Super Troopers 2 tonight, people.
Yeah. I heard it's really good. I've heard some good things about it.
I don't doubt it for a second. So everybody should definitely go see that. Maybe we'll do a little review of it next time we do this. But yeah, all right. So hope you enjoyed, and have a good night.